Everyone, Connor here today about another video on Bay TV. We're back. Player ratings today for I'm going to say this the last time. Penybont 5, Colwyn Bay 0, and yeah, we're going for my player ratings, not my predictions. That's on Thursday. That's not even on Thursday because we haven't got a match this week, so we ain't got one. So yeah, we are no videos from after this video. The next video will be the predictions next week. So for the Alba game. So we're going to go through my predictions a bit quicker now. In goal, we had Reece Truman. Reece Truman gets a 6 from me. We may have conceded 5, some of them avoidable, some of them not. I can see that penalty. Their second goal was, it's a 50-50. Not many keepers do save penalties. And their fourth goal was an absolute worldie. Second goal was their first goal was gifted to them. And I can't think of the fifth goal. I think was a bit scrappy as well, and I can't remember their third. But yeah, it could have been more. If I'm being honest, if it wasn't for Reece, it could have been more. He made some good saves in my opinion, and yeah, just nothing else to say. I guess a 6 from me, because I think he did all right. He made a few saves and made a few good saves, and kept us in the game even when we were 1-0 down. So fair play to Reece Truman, 6. Next up, Steph Heads. Steph Heads 5 from me. There's going to be some average ratings because I don't think it was that bad of a game considering it was 5-0. Steph Heads gets a 5, like I said. There's not many things I think he did great, and there's not many things I think he did poor. So I'm just going to go with a 5, to be honest. But Steph Heads on that left-hand channel, he cleared the ball well a few times. He defended at times, but people were outrunning him at times. Just playing kind of like dribbling past him because they found out he didn't have the pace. All his pace is, he's 34. That's what I mean by not having the pace. So Steph Heads 5. Next up, Sam Hart. Sam Hart gets a 6 from me. I don't think he did that bad. A few clearances here and there, a few headers, but we're just giving the ball away at the back. It was hopeless balls at times. We were just, hitting them upfield and no one's on the end. We're just hoping for something. That's the type of game it was. That came from the defence and the field. And the clearances were just a no one as well. They were just hoof the ball up and up for the best, and it was going against us every single time. Sam Hart gets a 6 from me. They did all right, I thought, and did what probably Sam Hart did. And look, he wasn't the worst player out there. I'll give him that. Next up's Harry Owen. Harry Owen gets a 5. And the reason being is I don't think he had a great game. He's had better games, but the first goal was partly down to his fault. I think he tried to clear it, didn't clear it good enough, or just gave it straight to them, and they scored a scrappy goal just past Reece, and that was his kind of involvement in it. That's probably the main point I can think off the top of my head. Again, like Sam Hart and the whole defence, he was just hoofing the ball and hoping for the best. Harry Owen 5. Next up's Kai Owen. Kai Owen he is going to get the highest rating for me today. Kai Owen gets a 7. He was everywhere. I think he did quite well, to be honest. He was everywhere on the pitch. He was. At one point he was on the left, one point he's on the right. He's everywhere, or even in the centre. He was doing really well. He won the ball back a few times. He was dribbling really well. His communication just wasn't there at the end of the day, and we were just giving the ball away a bit too much. But I thought Kai did quite well. For him to adapt into several different positions is very, very good, and he did really, really well in any position I thought he played in, wherever he did play. Because I'm pretty sure he was kind of like midfield and then went out to the right back role. So Kai Owen 7, I thought did quite well. Out of the rest of the team anyway. Next up's Tommy Creamer. Tommy Creamer gets a 5, suspended. Second yellow, yes. First yellow, but to be honest, the first yellow, I don't think it's a yellow. I look at it and he's put a leg out, and maybe it's a yellow, but it's a handball building up to the yellow card. So in theory, it should be a free kick to us for the handball because it was a clear handball, and so then again, if that happened, Tommy Creamer would not got his first yellow, and with that high foot, it would have been a yellow. Which the high foot was a yellow. It wasn't a straight red. It was a yellow. I think it is a yellow, to be fair. And it's just unlucky it's his second yellow, so he was sent off. So Tommy Creamer, with the amount of minutes he played, gets a match rating of 5 from me. Next up is Tom McCready. Tom McCready, not one of his best games. Tom McCready, 5. Not one of his best games, like I said. Unusual for Maka, given the ball away the amount of times he did. He was... he'd win the ball back in midfield and he just gave it straight away. He just couldn't pick out the pass at times. There was a time where I think he tried to pass to Udi and just gave it back to Penybont after winning it. Not one of Maka's best games, but there's still 4 games to the end of the season to go. So Tom McCready, 5. Next up is Jamie Cumming. Usually he's last on the starting 11 because usually he's been playing at right wing and I go from left to right. So yeah, Jamie Cumming gets a 6 from me. Look, I think he did all right, but yeah, the whole we couldn't find anything attacking wise. So Jamie Cumming, 6. Next up, Udi Akpan. Udi Akpan gets a 6 as well. Udi, I thought he played probably okay. Probably one of the better players on the pitch, if I'm being honest. Wasn't the worst. Because we've seen him have better games. We just, it's kind of... what's the word I'm looking for? The phrase. It's like it's gone out of my head now. I had it a minute ago. Oh, I've actually forgotten. Udi was yes, he was holding the ball. He was stronger on the ball than he has been. He was trying. You could see the determination, the determination and the willingness to try and bring something back. So he gets a 6 from me. Yeah, I think he did okay. He's had better games, but he's had worse games. I'll give you that. Yeah, when I gave him the 2 against ABBA, that was probably his worst game. But I still love Udi. Next up is Matty Hill. Matty Hill gets a 6 from me as well. Came off. Udi came off as well, but Matty came off, and I can't remember much because first half he's on the other side of the pitch. It's harder to see, and he came off second half, so couldn't get to see him that much. So Matty Hill, 6. Next up, on the subs, we're going to the bench now. Lloyd Marshoes, who came on. Lloyd Marshoes, 5. He was playing too deep. Then again, we had 10 men when he came on, so yeah, maybe there's the argument for that. But Lloyd Marshoes, he was playing a bit more deeper. Wasn't making the runs. We'd clear the ball and there'd be no one up front when he was on the pitch, and yeah, I think it's a 5 from me. Next up, Owen Cushion. Owen Cushion gets a 6. 6 from me. Look, he looked a bit bright, when he came on, along with another player who I'm going to say at the end. Owen Cushion was trying. He looked like he wanted to try and make things happen, but we just weren't there. We just weren't at it today, or on Saturday, shall I say. But then again, like I say, 10 men down, never easy. Playing against the best side in the bottom half makes it even harder. So Owen Cushion, 6. Next up, Dan Jones. Dan Jones, 6 as well. Yeah, he came on. Again, looked like he was trying to make stuff happen. I can't think of much we did because attackively we weren't great, and I think he was part of the trying to go attackive. style of play we were playing second half. So yeah, Dan Jones 6. And last but not least of the players, Dan Atkins. Dan Atkins gets a 6 from me. He looked, like I say, he looked bright as well. Looked like he was trying to make stuff happen. I thought he did quite well at times. He nearly outscored a player, to be honest, and that was probably the moment of the day for us. There was at one point I think he was in our own half. I think he did give the ball away, but he beat one person and then lost it. But he still beat a man. That's probably our best moment of the game, to be honest. So yeah, Dan Atkins 6. I think he was playing. It looked like he was playing on the right at one point. So I don't know. Maybe we were just trying to counter attack. I don't remember. Honestly, didn't want to be there because it was tipping it down as well. And last but not least, Steve Evo. Steve Evo gets a 5 from me. Reason being is we started with a back three. Then we had to adapt to the back four. We had the man sent off, and it's not down to his fault, the man being sent off, and it just made it really difficult. And that's all. Evo, I don't think, could have done much with that. Being down 10 men is never easy, and it's never easy, especially when you're playing a top side like Penybont, and you got to give credit to Penybont. They were the better side than the day, probably the best side in the bottom half. Probably will finish top of the bottom half, and they finished third last year. They are a very good team, so 11 men was hard enough. 10 just made it really pretty much impossible. And yeah, that's the reason we lost 5-0. We were very much in it, I thought, with 11 men, 1-0 to Penybont at half time, and then we got the 10, went down to 10, and then we just lost it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye! Hi everyone again. Obviously, sorry if the volume sounds a bit low. I've not got my microphone, so I'm going to have to speak up for this. I've just realised I've forgot to add Sam Downey to the team. Apologies, Sam, if you do watch this. I have realised I counted only 10 people in my starting 11. Because obviously I put Sam Downey in the thumbnail of the video, and then I realised I didn't put his rating down, so we're going to go through his rating real quick. So Sam Downey gets a 6 from me. Obviously he played with the determination like he usually does. I think he should be playing week in, week out, and he just needs to hold 90, I think, because he's a really, really good player, really good defensively. Like I say this, and I think he was probably one of the better players as well in the game. Sorry, Sam Downey, if you are watching. I really, I'm apologetic. Sorry if the volume sounds a bit low, guys. I've not got my microphone in, just taking everything out, and I've just realised I've not done Sam Downey. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Fully real. Last time. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye!